The following clip was recorded by a realtor named Jessica when she went to inspect a house before showing it to a client. Watch.
Did you hear it? What's that?
The moment she stepped inside, she felt movement around her like someone was shifting from room to room, but when she checked every corner of the house, there was no one there. Jessica could hear sounds like someone was dragging something heavy, and this made most people come to the conclusion that it was a spirit making its presence known, warning her that she wasn't welcome there. So did Jessica really stumble into a haunted home without realizing it, or is there a more logical explanation hidden in the noise? Now, this next clip is about a woman named Emma, who has been dealing with strange activity in her home for quite some time. It's gotten so out of hand that even her 1-year-old has started waving, smiling, and interacting with things Emma can't see, almost as if he has an invisible playmate. She's also mentioned lights flickering, doors creaking open on their own, and objects going missing only to reappear in strange places. One morning while working, her TV suddenly begins switching on by itself, jumping from channel to channel without her touching the remote. Curious and unsettled, Emma grabs her phone to record, but while she's still explaining the bizarre TV situation, something else happens. Watch.
Right, okay, so I've been working and the telly kept going on, and every time I turned it off, 10 minutes would pass and it would go back on. I've even... Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, I'm freezing right now. Oh my god. Right, do you get what I mean? I'm a bit scared when I'm in the house on my own. Like, fuck.
Now, Emma believes something is desperately trying to get her attention, but what if it's more than that? A few even suggest that what she captured was a warning, that whatever is in her home is slowly growing stronger, testing how much it can move and manipulate in her environment. Emma doesn't know what to believe, so this, like many other encounters caught on camera, remains a mystery. This next video is about a couple who usually only post lighthearted content about their pets, never anything remotely paranormal. But recently, they've been experiencing strange activity in and around their home, and it all started after the wife's father passed away. At first, it was just small things, faint knocks in the middle of the night, strange creaks in empty rooms, and the occasional flickering of lights they blamed on old wiring. But lately, the disturbances have become much stronger, almost as if whoever or whatever pastor is behind them wants them to stop making excuses and finally take notice. One afternoon, while they were entertaining friends and having a good time, something happened. Take a look.
Hello. It's leaving. I'm not doing nothing.
What the hell? Oh my god. It's either a ghost releasing or it's Dad trying to get in your gear.
It's so cold.
See? Don't touch. Oh shit. Nothing underneath.
No, there's nothing in here. It didn't do nothing.
That was freaky.
Now, it's hard not to believe something unseen was moving that drink, especially after they showed that there was nothing under the table that could have caused such a slide. Many believe the wife's dad was trying to get their attention, but I'll leave you to be the judge on this one. Now, this next clip is also about attention, and it raises a bigger question. Why do ghosts, spirits, or whatever you choose to call them, seem to crave it so much? Is it always about reaching out to loved ones, or could there be darker motives behind it? For the couple in this next clip, that question is becoming harder to ignore. Take a look.
So this is like the Dr. Jail world. This is the crazy house. Okay, so this is the house. This is like the Amityville house. And it's no. So this is like the Dr. Jail world.
Now, before you say the object simply tripped or fell, think about this. One single event could easily be brushed off as coincidence. But when it keeps happening, and in different ways, it's no longer so easy to explain away. That's why they went as far as installing cameras throughout their home, to finally catch proof of what's been going on. Before this clip, they'd already experienced lights flickering on and off, heavy knocks that shook the walls when nobody was nearby, and even doors shutting in rooms that were supposed to be empty. And perhaps the most unsettling part, they've captured countless disembodied voices on these recordings. Some of them whisper the wife's name, others sound like short, urgent phrases. Look here, listen, even I'm here. They've even forwarded some of these eerie audio clips to viewers who asked to hear them, and many came back convinced they weren't alone. So the real mystery here isn't just what is happening, but why. Do these entities demand attention because they're trying to communicate, or because they're feeding off the fear it creates? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. In this next clip, two explorers stepped into an old, forgotten homestead, and almost instantly felt something was off. They described the air as heavy, like someone invisible was pacing beside them, even breathing down the back of their necks. Yet when they searched the rooms, there was no one in sight, at least not that they could see. And then, this happened.
Oh, I just caught it on video.
And there's no wind.
There's no wind. I just caught the cabinet open on
the
video.
cabinet?
This just opened.
Well, that's not creepy.
Bro, I just caught it on video.
And there's no wind.
There's no wind. I just caught the cabinet open on video.
Cabinet?
Now, some might try to explain away cabinets opening on their own. Maybe the floorboards were uneven, or maybe a draft pushed them open. But here's the thing. The cabinets were heavy, the doors firmly latched, and there wasn't a single open window in the place. In fact, there was no wind, no movement, and nothing that could have caused them to swing wide like that. So what are we left with? Was this the same unseen presence that had been breathing down their necks, finally showing itself in the only way it could? Or was it something else entirely? You decide. Now, in this next clip, a woman named Sharon was home alone when she started hearing distinct footsteps upstairs, almost like someone was pacing back and forth. But she knew for certain her husband was at work, and they didn't have any guests over. On a normal day, she says she would have rushed outside and called the cops. On any other day, she admits she probably would have run straight out of the house and called the cops. But this time, she couldn't. Her baby was upstairs, and there was no way she was leaving her child in the same place she was hearing those footsteps. So, with her phone camera in hand, she went upstairs, hoping that if someone was really in the house, she'd have proof. What she caught instead is something she still can't explain. Watch this.
Y'all, something really creepy is happening right now. My husband's at work. I'm the only one home, and listen. It sounds like someone is upstairs walking around. Okay, I'm actually freaking out because I just heard something drop upstairs, like on my ceiling. Hang on. Okay, I turned the video off because I'm actually really freaked out. That baby monitor that you saw laying on the ground is normally attached to the wall. My son isn't crawling, walking, pulling himself up, anything like that yet. So there's no way he could have done that. So now what do I do? All right, we're literally leaving the house. We're leaving the house.
Some viewers quickly dismissed her fears, pointing out that her dog seemed calm, saying, "When the dog starts acting unsettled, then you should worry." But according to Sharon, the dog immediately ran upstairs and led her directly to her baby's room. And for those who claim the dog pushed the baby monitor, Sharon made it clear her dog was with her the entire time, and couldn't have reached the height where the monitor was screwed in. Others suggested the baby monitor might have simply fallen, but even if it did fall, how do you explain the footsteps that came first? There was one other comment that started a whole new conversion. The more you talk about these things, the more you notice them, and the more you acknowledge them, the more they'll interact with you. So how true is this statement? And do you think Sharon is overreacting by planning to leave the house? Or could this be the smartest thing to do? Let me know what you think. Now, we're all used to hearing how old buildings carry the presence of people who may have passed away inside, or sometimes the energy of past tragedies that linger within the walls. But what makes this next clip different is that the house in question is a brand new building. Still, from the very first day the family moved in, one strange thing has happened every single day, and always in the same room. Watch.
This has been happening ever since we've moved in. Ever since we've been moved in, this has been happening. It's a brand new building. I don't get it. Happens that often, the handle is even loose. Really, really fed up with this. It's all the time at the moment.
The fact that it always happens in that one particular room continues to spook them. And like so many encounters caught on camera, this one remains unsolved. This next clip is about an old house, and not just any old house. We're talking about a home that's 138 years old. Take a look.
Jesus loves me, yes I know.
Built in 1887, this home was haunted by the original homeowners, Judson Hood and his wife Mary Pogue. I lived here for 3 years and just released my 10-part series explaining the history of the home and how it eventually burnt down.
Mary. Mary girl. Ooh, I'm covered in goosebumps. Mary, I know you just died 106 years ago, bitch. Give it up, Mary. Cut it out. Come on, Mary, for real. You done said your fucking piece 106 times. Died. Go to the grave. This shit's creepy. I'll give it to you since it's your death dates or whatever. Happy 106th day in heaven. I hope you're in heaven.
I called 911.
Jesus loves me, yes I know, for the Bible. Come on, girl. What do you want? Normally you shut up when I come down here. I'm gonna try to run past it. Hey, Mary. Mary, can you stop? Mary! Stop! Creepy ass painting. I am not cut out for this shit, y'all. My motherfucking rosary.
The history of this house is both scary and sad. And to make it worse, it burned down not long after Noah had lived there for 3 years. Over time, Noah tracked down several past residents, and the pattern was terrifying. Every single one of them left, claiming the house nearly drove them insane. Locals say it's haunted by the ghost of Mary, the wife of the original owner, who fell down the stairs, was left immobilized, and later died in the house. You see, Noah's clip had people laughing more than worrying, but the next clip changed everything. Watch.
Are you trying to say something? Or are you just trying to keep annoying me? Oh. Not goosebumps. Mary. Girl, stop. I'm trying to sleep. Jesus loves me, yes I know. For the Bible tells me so. This is more or less really creepy, like late at night when it happens. During the day I can walk down here and it's like, okay, it's creepy during the day too. Calm down, girl. I'm fucking out of here. I am out of here, bitch.
If you're wondering why Noah screamed, there was a voice that clearly said, hello. But here's the twist. It doesn't sound like a woman's voice. It sounded like a man's voice. This left viewers wondering if it's not only Mary in the house, but her husband as well. Or perhaps something entirely different. But the next activity was more troubling. Watch.
If you could just please stop. I'm trying to sleep. This is the third time you got me up. I'm here, so come on. What do you need? What are you trying to tell me?
This time it was louder, but no matter how many times Noah gets up to investigate, it always stops the moment he gets close. Some believe the entity feeds on the fear of being heard but never found. Others think it's a game, a cruel form of control, keeping Noah right on the edge. But what do you think? In the following video, a lady is casually filming her drunk roommate, but then something unexpected happens. Take a look.
You're fucked. What? 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 What are you doing? Did you not hear that? No. Are you sure? CG.
At first, it all seems like her roommate is just being dramatic, but when they go back to rewatch the footage, she realizes she may have had a reason to panic. If you watch closely, the dog is acting strange too, almost like it senses something, or someone say that we can't see. Now, this is where things start to get pretty creepy. The clip quickly sparked debate online. One of the main theories, the large mirror facing the bed. Viewers claim that placing a mirror opposite your bed can act as a spiritual portal, inviting in unwanted guests or giving certain entities a clear view of you while you sleep. And suddenly, her roommate's reaction doesn't seem so funny anymore. So, was it a reflection glitch or something far more unsettling? Whatever this was, it still startles them to this day. There's something undeniably eerie about little kids interacting with things we can't see, especially when there's history behind it. In this next clip, Daisy shares a moment involving her daughter that she just couldn't ignore. She laughs at empty corners, plays games that seem to involve someone else, and stares out the window for far too long, as if waiting for someone. At first, Daisy thought it was all part of growing up, until one morning, her daughter did something she couldn't explain, and that's when she decided to record. But before we show you the clip, there's some backstory you need to know. When Daisy first moved into the neighborhood, she became very close to a sweet elderly woman next door, affectionately called Granny by everyone. Granny was especially thrilled to learn that Daisy's due date was on her own birthday, and when the baby arrived, it was like they were meant to meet. Granny absolutely adored her, and the two of them formed a quiet, beautiful bond. One of those rare connections that doesn't need words to be felt. They had tons of beautiful moments together, and the baby always looked forward to visiting. Sadly, Granny passed away at the age of 101. A year later, Daisy bought Granny's old house, and that's when these strange behaviors started. One day, while pulling out of the driveway, this happens. Watch.
¿Dónde? ¿Qué estás viendo? ¿Qué estás viendo, mamá? ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde? ¿Qué? Are you playing peekaboo? ¿Qué estás viendo, mamá? ¿Qué? ¿Qué? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Dónde?
Daisy's daughter is caught talking and laughing with someone or something no one can see. Then she starts to play games. Games Daisy instantly recognized as the same ones Granny used to play with her. And strangely, this all seems to happen around the same places Granny once loved. One detail Daisy mentioned that really stuck with people is Granny's roses. Granny planted them in the backyard years ago, and now every single morning, Daisy's little girl waters them, like it's part of a shared ritual between them. And while she does it, she's laughing and talking like there's someone there with her. A lot of people are convinced the little girl still sees Granny, and they might be right, but like other videos, I'll let you decide. Now, in this next video, Amber is trying to get rid of a ghost she believes is in her house by literally locking it out. But while she's at it, this happens. Have a look.
We're gonna be really quiet. Oh my god, there's her footsteps upstairs. I'm about to shit my pants. Stop. Oh my god, that footsteps go down the attic stairs. Wait, I can lock it from the outside, right? Right? I can lock it.
Amber moved into this house fully aware that the previous tenants had lost their mother inside it, and according to them, her spirit never truly left. It's been years now, and while Amber admits the spirit does mess with her from time to time, she's convinced it's friendly. She even has cameras set up all over the house, not for security, but to monitor the ghost movements. One night, she's sitting down to watch a scary movie, and just as things get intense, this happens.
Dan. Oh.
and leave me.
It's okay. It's okay.
The lights went off, then came back on, as if something was messing with her right in the middle of the movie. Still, she insists she's living with a nice ghost, and to prove that, she posted this next clip. Watch.
Really? Yeah.
Let me explain what happened here. Amber had a job interview the next day and couldn't find the envelope that held her important documents. After hours of searching, she found it, and to be extra safe, she placed it somewhere she knew she wouldn't forget. But apparently, the ghost didn't trust her memory. Amber says the ghost deliberately knocked the envelope out as a reminder for her to put it straight in her purse. Now, some people wondered why her dogs didn't react, but Amber says they're just as used to the ghost as she is. And honestly, that might be true. Animals tend to react to unfamiliar energy, but if this presence has always been part of the household, it might feel completely normal to them by now. To Amber, this isn't haunting, and she's totally content living with the spirit, but still, just how long will this so-called peaceful coexistence last? For now, no one can say. In the following video, Jenna is in the middle of vlogging her morning routine when she suddenly hears her daughter yelling at someone and walks in, clearly upset. Watch this.
What?
She's not getting down.
Who, honey?
Kalong's not getting down.
What's her name?
Kalong is not
Kalong?
getting down. Yeah, she's not getting down.
Where is she, honey? Where is she?
She's in the living room. She's not getting off the chair.
Okay. What would you like me to do about this?
She needs to get off the chair because she's gonna fall on her head.
Okay. How does she look?
Looks like she has makeup on herself.
Okay.
She's not listening to my words.
Okay, go tell her to get down, and then see if she gets down. Okay?
T. Come on, you can get down. Okay. Good job. Thank you. She got down.
Are you playing with her?
Oh, yes, I'm in there. She was just sitting on the chair. Because I like her to get off, so. But she's on.
Okay.
Turns out, her daughter is upset because her friend in the living room, which was completely empty, isn't listening to her. But what really caught people off guard was the name the little girl used. Several viewers quickly pointed out that the name closely resembled Kalanarang, a legendary figure from Javanese and Balinese folklore, known as a powerful witch who practiced black magic in the 11th century. She's often described as always being on full makeup, something the little girl also mentioned. And suddenly, what seemed like an innocent imaginary friend started to feel a lot darker. But Jenna isn't buying it. She believes it's just a harmless imaginary friend. So to prove her point, she recorded a conversation with her daughter, asking her more about this mysterious friend. Have a look.
Kalong gave me a hug.
She did?
Yeah, because she's so nice.
Oh, how old is she?
5.
She's 5? What color of hair does she have?
I don't know. Maybe a yellow hair?
Yellow hair?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Kalong nice or is she mean?
Nice.
She's nice to you?
Yeah.
That's good. What does she wear? What kind of clothes does she wear?
She wears my clothes.
She wears your clothes.
She does. She really wants my clothes because she wanted to wear them.
Oh.
Kalong, are you okay back there? You want me to come with you?
She in the back seat?
Yeah. She wants me to come with her.
Well, you can't. You have to be in your car seat.
Why?
Because you're 3. Why is Kalong in my car?
Because she wants to.
Okay. Does she follow you everywhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom, maybe me and Kawan can go on a walk tomorrow.
Maybe.
While some viewers found the interaction harmless, even adorable, others couldn't shake the feeling that this was more than just a child's imagination. One viewer even shared a terrifying personal story. She wrote, "Just always keep an eye on her. My daughter fell from a bunk bed, and later that day she told me her friend told her to get up, then pushed her." Comments like this, combined with the idea that something invisible is constantly around a child, made viewers seriously concerned. Because when kids have friends that no one else can see, it rarely ends well. Jenna still isn't convinced, but we can only hope she's right, and that she and her little girl stay safe. This next clip comes from Felix, a man living in Castle Pines, Colorado. But his story isn't about one haunted house, it's about many. For reasons even he can't explain, Felix and his family have been forced to move constantly. They never last more than 3 months in one place, because the strange activity always finds them. Whether it's twisted figures with long tentacle-like limbs watching them from dark corners, or the sudden overwhelming stench of sulfur with no source in sight, something is clearly not right. And with each move, the encounters get worse. One evening, Felix is home alone when he hears loud, persistent banging coming from the basement. He grabs his phone to record, walks over to investigate, and this is what he sees. Watch.
JC, this is what I have to deal with. Here we go. Hello?
If you look closely, you'll see a strange figure passing by, but things only get terrifying when he goes to the basement to investigate the noise. If you listen closely, there's the sound of a woman sobbing. Now here's where it gets disturbing. Many believe this is no ordinary spirit, that if you hear a woman crying, or see a child alone, it's often a demon using a familiar voice to lure you closer. Felix doesn't know for sure if he's dealing with a ghost or something far more dangerous. But what do you think? Is his constant moving just a string of bad luck, or is something paranormal following him from house to house? The following clip was captured by Patricia, who works in a hospital in Florida that many believe to be haunted. She's experienced several unsettling moments, like hearing faint footsteps in empty hallways, gurneys rolling on their own, call bells ringing from rooms with no patients, and the distant sound of someone whispering her name when no one was there. Most times, she convinced herself she was just imagining it, until one day she overheard her colleagues describing the exact same strange experiences. So from that day on, they all agreed to record anything unusual. One night, Patricia caught this on camera. Watch.
I know I've done closed this drawer 5 times already. Come on. Do it. You ain't gonna do it because I got the camera out. keep closing these doors, and then every time I turn around, they're open, but I don't hear them open. I swear to God. Hey, you gonna open them? I know. Come on, open the top one. I'll start doing something. This room is creepy. I'm waiting for a watch. Yeah. Come on. You wanna play? I've been trying to clean this room, but every time I turn around, there's stuff that's coming out these drawers. There's nobody else in here with me.
After waiting for a while, nothing happened, until suddenly the lower drawer opened. She also noticed something strange. The room had been cold, yet she suddenly felt an intense heat, as if something invisible was standing too close. This was enough to make her believe the rumors about the hospital might be true. But why is it that so many hospitals have ghost stories? Is it because of the countless lives that have passed? Or do the long, eerie corridors and quiet, late-night shifts simply make our minds more prone to fear that we start to see things? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Now, this next clip was captured by Susie, a professional paranormal investigator whose work takes her deep into haunted locations in search of answers. Susie's fascination with the paranormal began in childhood after she saw a ghostly figure standing silently on her parents' landing. Since then, she's built a loyal online community called the Spooklet family and invites viewers to follow her into the unknown. This time, she visited a particularly creepy house, and here's what her camera recorded.
Is there anybody here with me? Any noises through there? Do you want to open that door for me? Come in. No. Am I actually watching this? Are you on cue? No. No. I'm at work. It's just that happened on cue. I don't know if I'm scared, shocked, amazed. I'm shocked, I'm amazed, and I'm scared. I think I'm all three. That was pretty awesome to catch on camera, I'm not gonna lie.
When she posted the footage, like many of her other eerie videos, viewers immediately began sharing theories. Some were deeply unsettled by the fact that she said, "Come in," before the door mysteriously opened on its own, warning that this could be seen as giving direct permission for a spirit or entity to enter. Others pointed out that it's even more chilling because doors in haunted places are often said to act as thresholds. Once crossed, whatever comes in might not easily leave, and if the spirit was already lingering outside, that single phrase could have been the exact invitation it needed. We can only hope that, if anything truly entered that house, it was a friendly presence, not something dangerous. Now, in this next clip, Josh hears a strange sound from downstairs that pulls him into the living room, only for him to capture something that still has viewers talking. Watch. After searching through the entire house and finding nothing unusual, he goes back to the living room, only to meet it in complete disarray. Just in case you missed it, here's how the room looked when he first came in. The cross hanging upright, the dining area perfectly arranged, every object in its place. But when he returns, everything's changed. The cross is now upside down, the refrigerator is wide open, one of the dining chairs is on top of the table, the chandelier swings as if disturbed by unseen hands, neatly stacked cartons now lie scattered on the floor, and the most unsettling of all, a knife stands upright, precisely stabbed into the chopping board, like a silent threat. When Josh posted this clip, the real conversation began. He revealed he's been living in the house for over 6 years, but the strange activity only started about 3 years ago, right after he bought a haunted doll off eBay. At first, it was supposed to be a joke. Instead, it became an open door to something he can't control. The obvious question came next: why not get rid of the doll? Well, that's where it gets complicated. Josh believes burning it could release spirits to roam freely, and moving it might not help either, since whatever's attached could choose to stay behind. If you're wondering why he has not found a solution in 3 years, it's because, for years, the disturbances were minor, easy to ignore, but in the past few weeks, they've grown aggressive. Viewers quickly pointed out that poltergeists aren't known for turning crosses upside down, suggesting this might be the work of something darker, possibly demonic, and that the chaotic display was a warning of worse to come. Others thought they spotted movement behind the curtain, assuming someone was hiding there, but Josh explained, "There's a cat tree and chair behind the curtain. My cat likes to sit there and look out the window." That explanation made some take him more seriously, but still, no one has been able to offer a solid solution. So, what would you do in his place? And if it's not paranormal, then how do you explain what happened here? Now in this next clip, a family, already unsettled by a series of unexplainable events, decided to install cameras around their home. One night, the footage captured this. Watch closely. Now, this isn't just any bin, it's a motion sensor model designed to open only when something passes directly in front of it. But here, it lifts its lid without anyone or anything in sight. No pets, no drafts, no obvious cause. Some believe it could simply be a glitch in the sensor, while others are convinced it's something else entirely, possibly an unseen presence testing its ability to interact with the physical world. And small movements like this are sometimes said to be the first step, the entity starting small before escalating to more obvious and alarming activity. So, faulty wiring, or a ghost making itself known one step at a time. You decide. Now in this next video, Chrissy is casually recording herself in a room when something happens that absolutely terrifies her. Take a look.
Please be sure to monitor your emotional state while watching this video. Hello. Hello. About how many people are you with right now? Are you sure? Did you... Do you believe violence is ever justified? If you had to guess, how long would you say it would take to get from your front door to where you are right now? How far would you go to protect a loved one? What's your favorite color? Do you have any pets? How did your parents treat you as a child? Have you ever seen a dead body? What's your favorite color? What's 4 times 4? Do you cry at funerals? Were you happy or sad as a child? Are you happy now? Where are your...
It started with her feeling a rush of cold air, but you see, it's late fall and none of her windows was open. You'll also notice the moon decoration wasn't moving at the beginning of the video, but as soon as she feels the cold air, it reacts too. Then, the blanket starts shifting across the bed, with no one in sight. Theories flooded the comments. Some believe it could be a classic sign of a spirit passing through, since cold spots are often reported right before physical disturbances. A few skeptics argued it could be vibrations from a hidden source, but that doesn't explain the blanket movement with no one nearby. And then there's the more unsettling idea that whatever was in her room was attached to her, but I'll let you be the judge on this one. In the following video, Gina is happily recording herself talking about her latest find and explaining just how much she loves collecting old, vintage, and spooky items, when she hears something that stops her mid-sentence.
There's something about vintage, Halloween, and Christmas decorations that I love, right? Like, it's old, it's timeless. I swear to God, I don't know what that would... Like, I don't know if you could hear that. Hold on. Like, I'm home alone right now. I have no clue what that was. Okay, so I don't know if you heard that, but it sounded like something fell. And I have no clue what it was. And I'm home alone, like my daughter's sleeping. But anyways, I went to an estate sale looking for vintage Halloween and Christmas decor. Like, now I'm freaked out. Now I'm really freaked out. So I found an antique that is creepy. So the lady who was, running the estate sale was like, oh, are you looking for something? I was like, yeah, I'm looking for vintage holiday decor. I love, like, spooky stuff, Halloween, Christmas, whatever. And she was like, oh, we don't have any decorations, but I do have something spooky. And I was like, ooh, what is it? Like, I love spooky stuff. And she shows me this. I had to have it. Like, she's so pretty, but, like, it is spooky. So I asked the lady, I was like, why is she considered spooky? Like, why, like, what's the story? And she was like, well, she was my mom's. And this lady was, like, in her 50s. So I was like, okay, it's gotta be old. Because if it was her mom's, you know what I mean? It was my mom's. I just heard something again. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. It was my mom's, and just weird stuff would happen. My mom would just say weird stuff would happen in the house all the time, and I don't really want it. So I bought it. So maybe all this weird stuff happening is because I brought this girl home. But I'll keep you guys updated.
It didn't take long for people to connect the dots. If you constantly surround yourself with objects from the past, especially ones tied to unsettling histories, you might just be inviting their stories, and maybe their spirits, into your home. And the doll she was holding in this video, many are convinced it's haunted. The one question everyone kept asking was, why would she bring it home? But as they say, when your heart is drawn to something, logic doesn't always get a vote. What she posted next, however, made that love for the strange dolls a lot harder to defend. Have a look.
So that's pretty much it. Like I said, it went on for a good 5 minutes. This video itself was only 1 minute long. I was so scared. You could start to hear me kind of breathe heavily, and I eventually woke up my husband, and he looked around the house and we couldn't find anything. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I think it's pretty spooky.
At exactly 4:47 a.m., Gina hears strange knocks echoing through her home. But here's the part that sent chills down viewers' spines. Some swore they heard a soft, breathy whisper say yes immediately after Gina exhales sharply for the second time. If you can hear it too, it only deepens the mystery. If you've been following this channel for a while, then you'll know Ian, better known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter. Still inside the creepy abandoned house, many believe is haunted by the ghosts of the entire family who once lived there. It turns out the shadowy figure he saw on the stairs in our previous video wasn't the only chilling thing he encountered. Watch this.
Yes, okay. Well, I can definitely understand why. This is a lovely home. And you've lived here a long time. I understand. Is Fred... Okay, whoa. I heard that. Minnie, was that you? Did you just make a sound? It's like a tap on a wall. If that was you, could you... Okay. Oh. I heard that. That was right behind me. Thank you. Alright, Minnie, I'm hearing you all around me right now. What? What is that? Oh my god! What the hell? That's like a radio. But how? I am spooked by an old radio turning on by itself. You can actually hear the knob twisting as it is being activated. What? What? It sounds like it's changing stations. It's still on, but it's not making noise. Oh my god, the stack's coming in more. Hello? A voice just came through.
Here's what makes it so unsettling. This was the exact room where Minnie, the mother of the house, had her funeral. Her casket rested there for 3 days, and now, decades later, strange activity continues to stir in the very same spot. For more hunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following clip was recorded by Finn, a young explorer who loves seeking out spooky places for the thrill of it. On October 27th, 2021, he decided to visit an abandoned care center in the Conroe, North Houston area, but what he captured that night was far more terrifying than he expected. Have a look.
Alright, I'm working in a old urgent care that just got shut down. It got shut down before the freeze here in Texas. I'm not sure why it closed down, but it's pretty spooky. I'm supposed to be looking for a leak in here. bathroom, creepy hallway. Real spooky place. Another bathroom. This is a second two-story building. This used to be the elevator shaft right here. I guess we're taking the stairs. I guess meditation class used to be upstairs. Had to put your shoes in this little cubby. After some further investigation, there's no one else in this building. I fucking heard someone go down those stairs, though. So, I guess this was the meditation room. There's a lot of natural lighting in here. Probably don't need the flashlight right now. Here's the top of the elevator shaft. You can't fucking see anything down there. So, here's the meditation room. Kind of looks like the fucking back rooms. It looks very culty. There's a stage up here. It looks like a couple of altars next to them. Creepy. Okay, now I'm getting the fuck out of here. That was it.
Of all the strange things that happened in this video, there's one detail viewers couldn't shake off, and Finn himself didn't even notice it until people pointed it out in the comments. If you listen closely, you'll hear a faint voice whisper, "I see you." And it was right after that voice that several strange things began happening in the building, all pointing to the possibility that someone or something was right there with him, even though he didn't see anyone. So, was this the spirit of a former patient or something else? You decide.
This next video was sent by a woman's daughter-in-law after several complaints about the weird things going on in their home. Watch.
From the moment I stepped inside, I could feel it. Something was there with me. And then the door closed. I didn't see anyone, but I knew I wasn't alone. Now, after so many places like this, I'm not scared, just curious. Why do spirits try to show they're here when no one is here to harm them? In that moment, I had two choices: go up to the attic or walk out and never look back. I chose to go check the attic, and I wish I hadn't, because what I saw up there still keeps me awake at night.
According to the daughter-in-law, there's definitely a ghost in the house, but they believe it doesn't mean any harm. In fact, they insist it actually has a sense of humor. Sometimes it tips over an empty cup just to startle them, or flicks the lights off and on like it's playing a game, or turns the radio to an embarrassing song right when guests arrive. It's gotten to the point where they often find themselves laughing before remembering to grab a camera to record what's happening. They are fully aware they're not alone in that house, and surprisingly, they're okay with that idea. So we can only hope that this playful relationship with their resident spirit stays exactly as it is, lighthearted, calm, and free of anything darker.
In this next video, a lady called Keys was home alone when she started hearing footsteps, like someone was slowly walking around the house. But she didn't hear the door open, and she knew no one else was supposed to be there. So, curious and a little unnerved, she left her room to find out who it was. Watch.
Why does it sound like someone's walking?
You see, the footsteps weren't the only unsettling part of this clip. If you look closely, the chair in the room was rocking back and forth, yet there was no one in sight. Some of the people she showed believe it's a restless spirit trapped in the house, while others went darker, saying a demonic entity was mimicking footsteps to lure her out. Another theory? That someone had once died in the chair, and what we're seeing is a replay of that moment, trapped in time. At the moment, Keys doesn't know the theory to accept, but she's convinced someone, or something, was in her home, so she sets up cameras to catch the culprit. One night, after watching a movie where a woman interrogated a ghost, she decided to try it herself, jokingly at first, until this happened.
Is anyone here with me? Can you do something to show me that you're here? Like tap on the wall? Thank you.
She asked the spirit to show her a sign, and it answered. Some say asking spirits to prove themselves is like opening a door. It gives them permission to grow stronger, like her joke turned into an actual invitation. And you see, from that point, things escalated. And even though Keys isn't asking for signs anymore, whatever is in her home has gone from subtle to violent. Watch this. It's obvious whatever spirit is in her house has now grown aggressive and it's targeting her. Now, Keys admits she no longer feels safe in her own home, and to this day, the memory of what happened that night still haunts her. Now, in this next clip, Alex has been hearing countless stories about a bridge locals call the Devil's Bridge in San Antonio, Texas, rumored to be one of the most haunted spots in the area. Visitors report smelling sulfur, often linked to demonic presence, tossing rocks over the edge only to never hear them land, as if something catches or swallows them, and capturing chilling EVPs during ghost hunts. Some even say true evil lurks on this bridge at night, and those who dare to cross often feel an oppressive, ominous weight pressing down on them. These rumors made Alex curious, so she decided to go to the bridge with some other explorers to conduct an experiment to try and communicate with whatever entity was rumored to reside there. Here's how it went.
You want them to leave the bridge and only talk to the women?
Oh.
They hate us.
I'm gonna ask one more time. If you want me and Rod to leave, make the skull go off.
What time?
Play a game?
Oh, it does.
Yes.
A story. Tell a story.
Your Aunt Alex is here. Yeah, there you go. Do it again.
You can walk closer now?
No.
That was you, not a kid.
That was not a kid, yeah.
Did you leave?
Oh.
Thank you for coming to the next light.
Can you come closer?
One more step, please. Just come a little bit closer. Don't walk away.
No, don't go away. Come this way.
What was that?
Something's like...
I think something's bullying the other ones.
Yeah.
It went off. Are you behind us now?
Are we surrounded?
Yes.
Yeah, we are surrounded.
I feel like there's a lot of kids. Yeah, come closer.
While their investigation didn't end in disaster, many viewers rushed to the comments to share their own terrifying encounters. One person claimed they heard growling from beneath the bridge, followed by what sounded like footsteps pacing in circles around them, yet no one else was there. Another recalled being shoved so hard they nearly lost their balance, even though nobody touched them. And perhaps the scariest came from a man who said he heard a child's laughter echoing from beneath the bridge, but when he looked, there was only darkness. So maybe Alex was lucky that night. Many believe the Devil's Bridge isn't a place you walk away from unharmed forever, that sometimes the real consequences don't show themselves until after you've left. Have you been to this bridge before? And if you have, what was it like for you? The following clip was recorded by a lady named Mary while she was cleaning her kids' room one morning. Watch. Now, according to Mary, her dog never growls like that, which made her think it was seeing something it didn't like. And honestly, she might be right, because in many traditions, dogs aren't just sensitive to paranormal activity. They're said to act as protectors, warning their owners when a spirit is nearby. Some even believe animals can draw a line between the living and the dead, reacting when that line is crossed. After watching this clip, viewers had their own theories. Some swore it was the doll, that if you look closely, it shifts on its own. Others said the dog's focus wasn't just on the doll, but on something dangerous. And when you think about it, it wouldn't be the first time dolls have been linked to hauntings. But things escalated, and the next time something strange happened in Mary's home, not even the cameras could explain it. Watch this.
Just fell right down. Isn't that weird? What? First time it's happened to me. See, it's like it's not like we were jumping. You can't jump and shake it. It doesn't move. Look. You jump and try to shake it.
You can clearly hear the sound of something crashing to the floor, yet nothing actually moves on screen. It's often said that some spirits don't need to manipulate objects physically. They can manipulate sound itself, creating an illusion to get your attention or provoke fear. Others think it could be a sign of a poltergeist, which often begins with noises that defy explanation. Of course, the biggest theory among viewers is the sheer number of dolls in the house. Many believe dolls can act as vessels, storing or even attracting spirits. And when you look around that room, it's hard not to wonder if there's more to them than just porcelain faces. But Mary herself doesn't believe it's the dolls at all. She's convinced it's the house, that something within those walls has been there long before the toys, and it has no intention of leaving. This, like many other videos, remains a mystery. In the following clip, Ian, the ghost hunter you might remember from our previous video, went to visit one of the most infamous abandoned houses all by himself. With only cameras, an EMF reader, and a voice recorder, he entered the house and asked if anyone was there with him. For a while there was nothing, then this happened.
Alright, I'm all set up. It is time to go dark. Hello? Is anybody here? I don't know if you remember me, but I visited here before. Not too long ago. If you remember me, could you give me a sign? Minnie or Fred Eckhart? Are you here? I'm in your lovely home. Are you okay with me visiting? If you can hear me, could you make a sound somewhere in this house? It's awfully quiet in here to start. I'm not really feeling any. What the hell was that? Hello? Oh my god, that sounded like a woman's voice. I heard it through the headphones. It sounded like it was coming from in there.
After several minutes of waiting, he finally heard a faint but terrifying reply, what sounded like a woman's voice whispering, "I'm here." Ian was stunned, so he looked around, but the house was empty. So to be sure it wasn't his imagination, he carried out a quick test. Watch this.
Now I know I heard somebody in here earlier. It sounded like a woman. If you are indeed here and I'm not going crazy, could you touch this green light that's on the table? You can use whatever energy you need. You can use energy from me, from my cameras. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm getting chills suddenly. Is your name Minnie Eckhart? Are you still here? Are you still living in your home? If you are Minnie Eckhart, could you touch that green light again? Yeah, that's what I figured. Are you the voice that I heard earlier? Or was that somebody else? Was that voice you? Yes. Minnie, is it okay if I ask you a few questions? Yes. Okay. My first question, Minnie, is, are you aware that you have passed away? You're no longer living. Whoa. Okay. So then, why do you stay here? Why don't you pass on to the next life? Is there a next life? Yes. Okay. So then why are you still here? Are you stuck here? Or do you just like it here? Yes. Okay. Well, I can definitely understand why. This is a lovely home. You've lived here a long time. I understand.
The results convinced him he wasn't alone, but this opened up an unsettling question that viewers kept bringing up. Why would a spirit choose to remain here instead of moving on to the next life? Some say they're trapped, tied to unfinished business or a violent death. Others believe they fear judgment in the afterlife, clinging instead to the familiar walls of the living world. And this particular house has a dark history. For those who haven't seen our previous videos about this particular house, it's said to be haunted by the restless spirits of an entire family who once lived there. Of their 11 children, 4 died young. Minnie, the mother, suffered a fatal stroke in 1955, and just 3 years later, Fred, the father, passed away peacefully, but still within these very walls. When Ian made his way down to the basement, he saw something he still doesn't understand.
Is anybody down here? My name is Ian. Is there anybody down in this basement with me? Hello? Is there anyone back here? What the hell was that? Hello? The sound came from back over here. If that was you, could you make another sound? What the heck? Oh. That's creepy. Hello? Oh my god, this is one creepy room. Who's down here with me? What the hell? Oh my god. What the fuck? That's a tricycle! That's a tricycle! Oh my god! What the fuck? It's like up against the wall. Oh my god, that is terrifying. It must be like a child down here. Could you move that tricycle again? It was like right in the middle of the floor, I think. Because I remember bumping into it. I guess we'll go up to it. Hello? Whoever moved this tricycle, could you move it again? If it moves again, I don't know if I'm gonna stay down here, especially if it comes towards me. I'm out. I'm out. No, not really. I'm gonna stay. You moved it before, and that was wonderful. But can you move it a second time? That's a challenge. I'm challenging you. Something definitely would have had to have moved that tricycle. There's no way that would have done that by itself. I mean, just look. So you have to actually push this thing to get it to move. I mean, how do you explain that? Okay, that was a child's voice. Did you just speak? I'm freaking myself out now. Hello?
Was the voice Ian heard truly one of the family members who died here, or was it something else entirely? You decide. For more hunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following video is about a lady called Melissa who has been hearing voices for months now, voices so soft it's easy to miss, like someone murmuring just behind her shoulder. But every time she turns, no one's there, and she even went to the extent of asking people nearby if they said anything to her, but the answer was always no. She eventually ignored it, brushing it off as stress or imagination, but that all changed after what happened the evening she returned from visiting a distant relative. She got home, stepped out of her car, and heard something.
Hello.
Oh, yes, of course, who said that? Huh? Oh? Oh, God. Oh?
Before you assume it was the doorbell, keep in mind she doesn't have one. Also, she came home alone, and the only other living thing in that house was her golden fish. The sound came out of nowhere, and after this latest incident, she finally allowed herself to believe what she had been trying so hard to ignore. Something was following her. She uploaded the footage online, and not long after, reached out to a local ghost hunter who immediately scheduled her for a full spiritual consultation. Melissa is now sleeping with salt by the door and mirrors covered, a classic protection method advised by her spiritual experts till they find a more permanent solution. If you've ever lost someone close, you'll know this feeling. That quiet sense they're still nearby, watching, maybe even trying to reach out. It's something a lot of us carry. And for Mrs. Collins, that feeling turned into something much more real. She lost her husband just a few months ago, and while grief is always hard, it is what started happening around the house that made things even harder to process. And the moment it began happening around her daughter, she knew she had to do something, so she started recording these moments. Here's what she caught.
Robert. You said, come on. Well, come on, Dad. I ain't scared. Show me where he at. What's up there? Girl. What you, what? What? Girl. She just be doing it. I don't. What's up there, baby? So they followed us to grandma's house. I just turned the camera on, and then, cause I see her when she started pointing, she'll point up to the sky.
Mama, Dada.
Where? There's nobody over there, Reagan.
Dada.
Yeah, Dada.
After posting it online, people flooded the comments, but one particular viewer warned her to be careful, that sometimes evil spirits disguise themselves as loved ones. The idea got her attention, so she responded,
So this comment right here caught my eye. You don't mean to be insensitive. That's cool. I'm not taking everything to heart. Just don't lie like the person you commented under. He lied. I don't like that. I can have like a conversation about stuff. But you said that when someone passed, they can't speak with the living. I really don't think he's trying to talk to her. I think he's just showing up. And as weird as it sounds, I do believe she sees something. She's one. I don't feel like she's making up anything. She doesn't know how to make up stuff. I don't know how to tell the people who don't believe, but I truly believe that that's my husband. For people that's calling him a demon, so the demon looks just like my husband is what y'all saying? He don't look scary at all to her? So he just disguises himself as exactly as my husband looks. Because my baby knows her daddy. Also, are there no angelic spirits? It seems like people keep talking about evil spirits. Are there no sweet spirits? Are there no angelic spirits? And also, were these evil spirits not once living? I need somebody to answer that question especially. I need that question answered because I'm not well versed on a lot of things, so I'm going to ask questions so I can get more understanding. And I just know I have opened up the comment section to thousands of comments, millions of views, possibly. So I don't mind listening to people with different opinions, different beliefs. It just has to make sense, and it just can't be somebody telling me somebody taught my daughter that. Nobody taught my daughter that.
Mrs. Collins didn't agree with the idea that it was anything dark. To her, what was happening felt comforting, not threatening. But even then, many viewers remained skeptical. Some viewers supported her, while others insisted the energy might not be as friendly as she thinks. Still, she continued to share clips of her daughter talking to her father.
Dada. Mama, Dada.
Where? There's nobody over there right here. What I'm looking at?
Go.
This new clip got a different reaction, and even some viewers pointed out that the car alarm that randomly went off in the background was a spiritual sign. According to them, angels are known to trigger alarms and flicker lights, but demons can do that too, right? And then there were those who didn't believe it was paranormal at all and suggested the child had simply been told what to say or was just repeating words she had heard and not interacting with anything unseen. Watch what she had to say about this.
So this comment doesn't really sit well with me, and a couple others as well, but this comment says she doesn't see anyone at all. When he passed, someone has been pointing at the sky saying her dad's in heaven. She was taught this. Kids see, hear, and repeat. My baby's 1. So no, nobody has told her your daddy's dead, he's in heaven. Look, your daddy's there. We wouldn't do that. She's 1. It's not like she knows he's dead. It's not like she's asking, where's my daddy? She's 1. Nobody's teaching her anything like that. And for her to be 1, she is smart. She is going to see things, hear things, repeat things. But what you talking about, that's just not the case here. Just say you don't believe that she's seeing him. But don't make up stuff. It's not necessary to make up stuff. Because as far as I know, my baby doesn't know that her dad is dead.
She later told her viewers why she remains confident that her daughter sees her father and not a demon. One night, while folding laundry, she saw her daughter standing in the doorway speaking softly again, so she asked who she was talking to, and her daughter simply said, "Daddy says you shouldn't be sad." Mrs. Collins bursted into tears and later saw something like a shadow slowly rising from the corner of the room and disappearing behind her daughter. Sadly, the moment caught her off guard and she couldn't record it, but she's certain her husband is constantly watching over her and their daughter. Personally, I think the child sees something, we just don't know what, but in the end, that's not for me to decide. So what do you think? Is this a visit from a loved one or a demon pretending to be her father? This next clip was recorded by a woman named Melinda, who had recently moved out of her former home, a place she believed was haunted, to start afresh in a new place. But the moment she settled into her new space with her children, strange things began to happen, and this time they were even harder to ignore. What you're about to see was the final confirmation that whatever haunted her before had followed her.
Come over here. Shit. Oh, what happened? Dude, run. There's a guy inside. Okay. Run. Hey, where's your sister? She's in her room sleeping. She's inside? Yeah. Dude, look. There's a shadow right there. What the heck? Told you there was somebody in here. Amber, wait in here. No. What's that? The door just closed over there. Amber. Baby, come here. Are you in here? Oh, dude. I pulled the door back. Oh my god. What is that? Someone's at the front door. What do I do? Let's go to the front door, Milos. There. No one's at the front door. Who rang the doorbell then? It's knocking, but there's nobody there. Dude. There's no one there. Should I open it? No. It's coming back. It's getting louder and louder. Oh my. Now it's the doorbell again? What is going on here?
Shadows moving across the hallway like someone was walking through the house, doors slamming on their own, something pulling back just as she reached to open it, lights suddenly going out, doorbell ringing and knocking sounds, all with no one in sight. Now, if it had just been one weird incident, you might be able to brush it off and call it a coincidence, but the timing and the sheer number of strange occurrences all point to one thing. There's a ghost in that house. Just days before this video was taken, her daughter woke up with scratches on her arm, 3 long marks, spaced evenly. Paranormal investigators often note that scratches in 3s can symbolize mockery of the Holy Trinity. That same night, Melinda's hallway light was turning on and off repeatedly, then the smoke detector beeped once before falling completely silent, and nothing in the house was on fire. After this last strange activity that she recorded, Melinda was sure she was dealing with something demonic, so she contacted a local ghost hunter, and they now have a date locked in for a full cleansing. It won't erase what happened, but maybe, just maybe, it'll finally bring her peace, and hopefully this time the spirit stays gone. The following clip was captured by a woman named Clarissa who was returning home one evening with her children after dinner. As she pulled into the driveway and parked the car, something immediately caught her eye. The bedroom light was on. No one was supposed to be home, and she was certain she didn't leave the light on. She asked her kids to stay in the car while she went inside to check, but just as she stepped out, this happened.
So, me and my kid just got back from eating dinner, and my bedroom light is on, which is strange because I don't remember leaving it on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure I didn't leave it on. Come on. Listen, I'm gonna walk inside real fast. I want you to wait out here for me. Yeah, I want you. Oh my god. Somebody broke into our. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's go.
Oh. Jaden, yeah, it is. Go next door. Go next door and get your icy, okay?
If you hear me scream, y'all hear me scream, call 911. Okay?
For most of us, the light suddenly going off with the image we saw reflecting on the glass would have been enough to turn the car back on and run, but she told her children to go next door and call 911 while she walked into the house. The house was completely torn apart with no one inside. If that's not proof of a ghost, I can't wrap my head around any other reason. What she didn't post online was what she found upstairs. The closet door was wide open, and one of her shoes was placed perfectly in the center of the bed, with the rest of the room untouched. That detail alone gave her chills, and she hasn't entered that room since. She showed the footage to her friends and family, and they believed her, clearly because Clarissa had never been one to exaggerate. Her family members, who were concerned about her safety, contacted a local ghost hunter, and they are in the process of getting rid of the spirit. When you've lived with unexplained things long enough, there comes a point where fear turns into frustration. And for Michael and his teenage son, that point came one evening after months of strange activity in their home. There had been odd noises, cold spots, flickering lights, but it was the basement that always felt different, like something was waiting down there. One evening, they made a decision to go down there themselves and face whatever was hiding in the dark. Michael slipped a pouch of blessed salt and a small crucifix into his pocket, items commonly used for spiritual protection, and together, they locked the basement door behind them.
Stay by me. It was glass. Don't move. Where'd you fall? I know. God, you smell that. Did you fart? No. But it's super cold down here too. Yeah, it's winter time. Connor, stop. Alright, we're gonna make a run for it. If it traps us, you're dying first. It's gonna just go. Shit. Hold on. Oh, shit, good. Oh, God. What? No. We gotta get the here. We gotta get out of here. What are we gonna do? No, stop. Here. You locked us in. I gotta go. You locked us in. No. We make a break. There's nothing there. Stay by me. Stay right behind me. This is a bad idea. Just chill out. Oh shit, it's still there. Why is it so? What the fuck are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I don't know. You got your phone?
No, I don't.
The noise down there was strange and deep, like growls, but what really stood out was the smell. At first it seemed like something rotten, almost like a bad fart, but then it shifted, becoming thick, sharp, and sulfuric. If there's one thing we know, it's that paranormal investigators often say that the smell of sulfur is a sign of demonic presence, easily mistaken at first, but unmistakable once it hits. But maybe, just maybe, the strange noise and smell could be dismissed. What they saw standing still in the corner of the room is proof that whatever happened in that basement wasn't imaginary. It wasn't even residual energy. It was real and it was demonic. The following video was captured by Danny in her home, and as much as skeptics might say otherwise, she's pretty sure what they're dealing with is a ghost. One afternoon, Danny left for her usual shift at work and asked her mom to stay over and watch her 2-year-old daughter, Mimi. The two were having some innocent granny and daughter time when something truly unbelievable happened.
You're so funny. I can't wait until summer gets here so we can go outside and play.
I miss Mimi.
I miss you too. I miss you too. What?
Coming.
What? Who's coming?
Here coming.
Who?
Him.
You see somebody back there?
Him.
Who?
Here.
Him?
Yeah.
Where's he at? Is he in our house?
Yeah.
Where? Show me. Where's he at? He's right in front of you?
Yep.
Who is it?
A guy.
Who's there, mister? What are you doing in our... Where's he at? The dining room?
Yeah.
Show me him. Go show me him. Give me your hand. Take me to him.
This him.
Take me to him. Show me.
This him.
Wait, let me... Show me. Is he right here?
Yep.
He's in our dining room?
Yeah.
What are you doing in our dining room, mister? What does he look like?
I bug.
He's got bug eyes?
Yeah.
What are you doing in our living room, mister? Get. You go back home. You go back wherever you came from. What's he doing? Come on, you're creeping me out. We're going upstairs. Come on. You're scaring me. We're going upstairs. Yeah, you're scaring me. We're going upstairs. You are...
The little girl looked visibly terrified, and her tiny voice later described it perfectly. He's got bug eyes. And at that age, you don't just make that kind of detail up. Thankfully, the home security camera captured everything, so Danny sent the footage to a local ghost hunter, and the case is currently under review. We can only hope she receives the help she deserves, especially because her daughter still hasn't stopped talking about the man with the bug eyes. You know how people say, you get used to anything if it happens long enough? That might be true, but not when it comes to ghosts. A group of friends have dealt with strange occurrences at their workplace for months. Unexplainable noises when no one is around, footsteps echoing from empty rooms, and doors that seem to close on their own. It became a part of their routine, as strange as that sounds, but one day, something finally happened that they couldn't ignore. Take a look at the kind of stuff they had to deal with every day.
Chloe, you're gonna have to go and have a look. Honestly. Please.
Don't fucking go there.
Well, I am.
I'm here.
No, we're the only ones here.
Hello? Hello?
Oh! No! Oh my, Chloe, go in, Chloe. Go in.
There's actually no one in here.
No one, wait. I'll have a look at the bar now. What the hell?
With objects moving on their own and no one visibly nearby, this was clearly a paranormal activity, and for the first time, they caught it on camera. They showed the footage to their manager, hoping for answers, but instead of taking action, he brushed it off, and that's when they started to suspect he might know more than he's letting on. Feeling unsafe, the women met with a paranormal expert, who gave them iron rings and black salt pouches, items said to ward off dark entities and trap restless spirits. Now they carry it to work and keep it close at all times. Hopefully, it's enough, because if it's not, they may have no choice but to leave. The man in the next clip, Alejandro Torres from Seville, Spain, found himself trapped in what can only be described as a haunted living space. Around 3 a.m., during what many call the devil's hour, he began hearing strange noises from his bathroom. Curious but unsettled, he started recording.
3 a.m. De vuelta se escuchan los ruidos en la... Ahí está. Ya no sé qué hacer. Alguien que me diga qué hacer. ¿Cómo querés que te ayude? Ya no sé qué hacer. ¿Cómo querés que te ayude? Yo ya no sé qué hacer. Ya no sé cómo vivir con esto. Se están escuchando susurros. Esto nunca había escuchado. Voy a acercarme para... ¿Quién sos? Déjame tranquilo. Ya no sé qué hacer. Ya no sé qué hacer. No sé qué hacer.
Right outside his restroom, you can see the door handle violently shaking, like someone or something was trapped inside. Then a blood-curdling scream, as if whatever was inside was being tormented and desperately wanted release. He checked every corner of his house. No one was there, but the air felt heavy, like he was being watched. Then things escalated.
Se están escuchando ruidos acá. Ahí dejaron de hablar. Hace días que vengo escuchando ruidos acá. Ya no sé cómo... Se cayó de acá un botín. Ya igual a estas alturas miedo ya no tengo. Concha de su madre. Esos hijos de puta. El coche yo no lo dejo ahí aparte. Siempre aparece el coche en cualquier lado. Ya no sé qué. Benji, vení acá. Vení, Benji, acá. Se me desvanecen las piernas ya. Ya no sé cómo vivir. Benjamín, vení conmigo. No te vayas, vení. Quédate acá. Quédate acá. Deja de ladrar, quédate acá. ¿A dónde estás mirando, Benjamín? Vení acá, Benjamín. Andate, hijo de puta.
Objects started moving on their own. Items he knew he placed one way were suddenly somewhere else, and his dog started barking at empty spaces like it could see something he couldn't. And the most disturbing part? The moment he saw a face, an unnatural image on the door, but by the time he looked away to get something to defend himself, the image was gone. The scariest part is, this wasn't a one-time occurrence. It had been happening for weeks, but on March 27th, 2024, it returned, louder, stronger, and darker.
¿Cómo la busco? ¿Dónde querés que la busque? Déjame en paz. ¿Cómo que está cerca? ¿El campo qué?
Just like previous times, it started with the same sounds, the same door, only this time it was louder and more deliberate. Desperate for answers, Alejandro compiled his footage and contacted spiritual experts, and after reviewing everything, they confirmed what he feared most. There was a powerful demonic entity living in the house. They fixed a date to perform some cleansing rituals, but until the energy is fully removed, Alejandro refuses to return to that building. And honestly, can you blame him? Some nurses were on their night shift break when they heard something strange coming from the old ward next door, a room that had not been used for months. But before this day, they've noticed odd events like call buttons lighting up on their own, empty beds creaking like someone had just sat up, and the sound of soft, wheezing breathing coming from rooms with no patients. A few times, nurses claimed to see someone walking into a ward, only to find it completely empty. So on this very day, when they heard the strange noise from the old ward, they tried to ignore it, but the sounds grew louder, so they sent the only male nurse with them at the moment to check it out. And this is what he saw.
Go in. Go in.
Go in.
Go in. Figure out why the lights are. I don't like that. I don't like that. Do it.
They look like evil eyes. You guys gonna come with me?
Yeah, of course we're gonna go in with you.
Thanks. Ooh, it feels weird. Was that you? Yeah. This room feels weird. I don't like this. Ooh. The curtain moved.
No, it did.
Yeah, it did. It moved.
Up.
It moved. It moved. Yes, it did.
Why would
It did.
move?
How do you not see that? Oh, okay.
The curtains were moving even though the windows were closed and there was no fan, and shortly after, things started falling off shelves. One by one, these could be dismissed as coincidence, but all of them together? That's different. With the combination of physical movement, electrical disturbance, and timing, what they caught was more than just a strange coincidence. Something was in that room, and for a ward that hadn't seen a patient in weeks, there's only one explanation. A lingering spirit was present, maybe a former patient. This next clip was recorded by Clara's father, after he realized they've been living with something unexplainable that refuses to leave them alone. It started small with sounds of dripping water from taps that weren't on, lights dimming whenever she walked into a room, strange burn marks appearing on the walls with no heat source nearby. Unwilling to accept reality, they convinced themselves it was faulty wiring, old pipes, maybe even a prank. But on this particular Monday morning, all logic failed. Clara was getting ready for a big presentation, and her dad offered to record her for practice. The moment she began speaking, this happened.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay na? Now that I have introduced myself to the patient, verified the client's... Now that I have introduced myself to the patient, explained the procedure, and asked for his consent, verified the client's identity, and...
Ano ito?
Sige pa, David. Sige na. O, tara. 1, 2, 3, go. Now that I have introduced myself to the patient,
She tried to brush it off, but then it happened again. And this time, it was more terrifying. Since then, her father has compiled every strange event caught on camera, and they're now seeking serious help to get rid of whatever spirit in their home. We hope her presentation still went well after that kind of experience. Some people say mornings are the safest time of the day, like whatever's out there rests when the sun comes up. But for Jorge, that quiet morning was anything but safe. It was a quiet morning, and Jorge was lying in bed, scrolling through his phone like usual, just enjoying the calm. Without warning, Alexa started playing Tiptoe Through the Tulips, but he hadn't touched anything. At first, he thought it was a glitch, or maybe he triggered it by accident, but the music kept going and something about it didn't feel right. He got out of bed, walked toward the kitchen, took out his camera, and began to film the incident when this happened.
What the f***? Oh, f***. What the f***? What the fuck? Alexa! Stop the music! Alexa, stop! What the f***? In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house right now. What the f***? Who goes there? Somebody's in there, you better come out right now. I got a knife on me right now. Come out right now. Oh, f***. In the name of Jesus Christ. I ask you to come out. Who's in here? Who's in here right now? You better come out.
He heard the sound of children laughing and running, but Jorge doesn't have kids. The next thing was a high-pitched scream that was very sharp and unmistakably human. He followed the sound, trying to trace where it was coming from, and just as he reached for the door, it slammed shut. Then another scream followed, but this time it was louder and angrier. Jorge ran out of the house and drove straight to his local church seeking help, and honestly, he'll need more than luck, but we hope he gets all the help he needs. Because despite being absent, neighbors still report music, laughter, and that same growling voice echoing through the walls. The following video was captured in a hotel in Manchester, and back when this incident in the video I'm about to show you happened, the security man had to quit his job because the entire hotel was pretty bad with activity. On this day, there were reports that there were screams from room 209, and no one checked into the room, so John, the security man, had to go up to have a look.
It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John? There's no one checked into that room. There should be nobody in there. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room. Correct? John, just wait. We're going to get a hold of the police. So, I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's going to enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait 1.
John was supposed to wait for the police, but curiosity got the better of him, and if you look closely, you'll see something like a shadowy figure leaving the room. Also, with the way they saw everything in the room upside down, the only explanation is that there was a paranormal entity active in that room. The hotel ran a full investigation, but soon everything became silent. John, on the other hand, couldn't let it go. He went back to review the footage, and when he saw the figure moving just outside room 209, he knew this was certainly a ghost. The following video was captured by Sammy's mom on a weekend, hours after she had just finished decorating the house for the little family get-together they were hosting. Sammy wasn't back from a few errands she was sent when her mom called her on the phone saying some strange things were happening in the house. Sammy told her to record whatever it was, and this is what she sent.
Okay, I look over and I see this. There's nobody around playing with the chords, and it's still moving. Ever so slightly.
The hallway lights were moving in a slow, deliberate rhythm, and there were no open windows, no vents, and nothing else in the room was moving. It was as if something had chosen the lights to make itself known, and this kind of isolated movement, especially electrical fixtures, can indicate the presence of an energy trying to manifest itself. By the next morning, Sammy was alone in the house, and it was her turn to experience what had now become a terrifying pattern.
So I'm here by myself, and I'm hearing like weird noises. That noise that you just heard is my dog down there. But I'm hearing like whispering and like things moving around about in that direction. I don't know. My dog's ears are up because I think he can hear it too. Okay, I have no clue what that was. Is that you making that noise? No? Okay. What? I have no clue what is going on.
It started with a soft voice, distant but steady. Then it sounded like someone was humming and whispering. The truth is, hearing voices is disturbing on its own, but when the family dog reacts and starts staring into corners with ears perked and tail down, it's never a good sign, and usually means one thing: something's really there. A few days later, it escalated.
So I decided to visit my best friend after work today, and I got here before they did, and there's literally, I walked in here and like something started knocking on the back door back there. You can hear it. Stop! Now, okay, so you might think it might be the neighbor or something, or like a dog or something at the door, but look. We're on the second floor. And there's like literally nobody. There's like nobody here. And I'm by myself.
Their first experience was with light, then voices, and now knocks. In many cases, these knocks aren't just noises, but intentional communications, a way of letting you know you're not alone. At this point, people Sammy had shared the videos with urged her to sage the home, because spirits like this tend to feed off fear and attention, and the more you acknowledge them, the stronger they get, and they were right. A few nights later, she heard a sound like someone crying inside the small storage room, but when she got closer, it stopped, and she caught this on camera. After this strange activity, a new theory began to surface. A lot of people started voicing their opinions saying maybe it wasn't just the house, but the spirit was attached to Sammy herself. She wasn't ready to believe it, but after visiting a friend's home to get a break from the chaos, something unsettling happened there too.
So, I just recorded a video in my bathroom about the situation that happened the other day about the shower curtain. And little disclaimer here before I show you that. This is the only light switch for this bathroom. Like, there's no light switch out here on the wall or over there. There's no other light switch. This is the only one for this bathroom. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay. Hey guys, back in the bathroom again. So as you saw in the video the other day, something happened with the shower curtain. So we're gonna have a look at it and see if there's anything in the shower. It's a fine day. So we looked in here last time and there wasn't.
This was a completely different location, and at this point, Sammy wasn't only thinking about cleansing her house, because if the spirit is really attached to her, she needs to find a solution to that as well. This was certainly a case of attachment haunting, when a spirit forms a connection to a person rather than a place. Most times, it starts with environmental activity, but when the person leaves and the entity follows, it becomes something much more serious. Before leaving her friend's place, Sammy sent her footage to a ghost hunter for a full review, and he confirmed that those comments might be more than just speculation. We can only hope she gets the help she needs before the spirit makes its next move. This next clip is about a single mother named Sydney who lived with her young son in a house that is over 100 years old. From the moment they moved in, Sydney sensed something wasn't quite right, and this wasn't just creaky floors or flickering lights. There were nights when she'd walk into her son's room and find dirt and soot scattered in perfect circles on the floor. Once, she even discovered a pair of muddy handprints on the ceiling above his bed. Handprints too small for an adult, but with 6 fingers. But the most unsettling thing was that, at least twice, she walked into her son's room and found every single toy positioned upright, all facing the same direction toward the hallway, as if waiting for something. After a few days, the activity stopped and things felt normal again, so Sydney went back to taking night shifts while her sister came over to babysit. One night, her sister and her son were curled up on the couch watching SpongeBob when this happened.
SpongeBob night.
SpongeBob's awesome.
Liam, come here. Liam, right now. What is happening? Okay, I'm calling your mom. Just stay right here.
The empty rocking chair suddenly began to swing back and forth like someone was sitting there, enjoying the show. And you know the saying, you should never leave a rocking chair empty, because doing so is an invitation spirits rarely turn down. Sydney's sister contacted her immediately, and she told her sister to grab her son and head straight to a friend's house nearby. There was no way she was letting them spend the night alone in that place. The next day was a Friday, so Sydney decided to stay with her son, and this time she set up a camera in the living room. This is what she caught. In old houses that are already layered with so much time and energy, spirits don't just exist, they compete, so throwing things could be a warning, a tantrum, a demand for space, or worse, a sign they're becoming stronger. After reviewing the footage, Sydney contacted a professional ghost hunter who arrived the next day. And what he sensed wasn't just a single entity, not even two. There were 7 distinct spirits in that house. Some restless, some angry, and some, he said, didn't even know they were dead. Cleansing a house with that much activity won't be easy. In fact, experts say that in older buildings, spirits often resist being forced out. Some return, some retaliate, and some never leave at all. We wish her luck. The following clip is about Emma, a simple lady who had been disturbed for weeks with strange noises, shadows where there shouldn't be, and a lingering sense that something was always just behind her. Coincidentally, it all seemed to start after her sister moved out of the house, leaving something behind, a Ouija board. Ever since then, Emma's home has felt off, like someone else or something else moved in. Now she's asking for help. Not just to stop the haunting, but to understand what exactly she's living with, because what she's been experiencing so far, it's not normal. One of the most chilling things Emma talks about is the mimicking activity. She says she hears her daughter calling out to her, sometimes from the bathroom, sometimes from the stairs, but when she checks, her daughter isn't even home. This is a paranormal activity often linked to malevolent entities. You see, spirits capable of copying voices often do it to draw people in, break their guard, or cause confusion and fear. One day, Emma was able to capture this on camera.
You guys, I'm freaking out. Okay, my son is gone. He's not home. He's at a party. Yeah, I know I look like shit. I don't care. I just got woken up. There's been a mimic here for a couple weeks. When my daughter's not here, I hear her say my name and she's not there. I ignore it because I know it's a mimic. I have seen it on here. My daughter's home, but my son's not home. My son is the only one that lives upstairs. The only one upstairs. All night since he's been gone, I keep hearing, like, the door close. Like, it'll just shut. But... Sorry. So, anyway. So, my son's not home, but I keep hearing the door shut. But there's nobody up there. There's nobody up there. I'm going to see if I could try to... And let me take you guys... I'll take you guys up there and show you there's nobody up there. But let's see if we can catch it. I'm so scared. Normally I don't get scared, but hearing the door close like a freaking human is up there, and I already went up there once and I checked and nobody or nothing was up there. So I went up there and I checked all the rooms and in the attic, and there's nobody up there, but I keep hearing his bedroom door close, or like somebody's walking up there, but he's not here. I don't know what my dog's barking at. But I hope we catch it on camera because this is freaking creeping me out. Stairs right now. Did you hear that? It sounds like somebody's walking up there. Bro, my eyes are watering. This is scaring me. Hold on. Oh my god, as soon as I stopped it, I heard it. I know you guys heard that. I hope I caught that. Did you hear it? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm scared. Okay, I'm gonna turn. Look, nobody's up here. Oh my god. Look at his door is closed. Oh my god. Nope, 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 nope. I gotta tell my daughter, boo-boo. Oh my god. There's water in my eyes. Oh my god. Why does it sound like, and I recorded it. It sounds like somebody's in your brother's room. And I went up there to show that the door was closed. Tell me why his door opened when I went up there. I swear, I ran down here by myself. I'm recording it. Come up there with me to show them nobody's here. Oh my god. That made my eyes water, you guys. I showed it on camera. My son is not home. I'm not going to stop the recording just so I can show you guys.
That's scary.
I know, I ran down here. I ran down here so fast. Okay. Oh my god, that scared me. And it sounds like somebody's walking around up there, and I got it on recording. Yes, hold on. Look at his door's moving. Okay, we're gonna go up there and I'm gonna show you guys nobody is in his room. He is not here. Turn your flashlight on. Oh my god. Hurry up. Come up here so you can point it to show nobody's in the room. Look. Look. Nobody's in here. Nobody.
Look, even Pixie.
You guys literally, you seen that in real time with me. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. Oh no. I told you guys. And there's been that mimic. And my daughter has heard it when I'm not here. It says my name, or it says her name in my voice when I'm not here. And it says my name in her voice when I'm not here. And, or when she's not here. And now that's happening. Look at my dog. Oh, fuck no, fuck no. Fuck, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not coming under the side of the house no more. Oh my god.
In the paranormal world, doors don't just shut for no reason because spirits are believed to manipulate energy, using it to isolate or intimidate. This was especially terrifying for Emma because there were no windows open, no fans, no one else in the room, and the footsteps only made things worse. Emma also noticed her dog was always staring at the attic door every single night, so she took a phone and went there.
Okay, I gotta show you guys this too. So that video of, I'm telling you my house is haunted. Look, up here, there's the attic. I hear noises up there in my room, and so does my dog. Look, there's my dog. Okay, hold on. He's been doing this crazy thing lately. Look. Like he hears something up there. Come on, you guys. Like, there's nothing in my attic. I've shown you guys this in videos in the past, but he's going crazy. Like, look, he even broke my TV recently because he fell onto it. But it's like he's hearing stuff in the attic, and he's like whining at it and barking, and he's jumping up at my light to get to whatever's in the freaking attic. He broke this piece off, so this piece was part of that. And because he's been hearing whatever he's been hearing the past like week or two in the attic, he's going crazy and jumping up at it. He ended up pulling this down, but that's what he keeps doing. I'm so glad I caught it on camera. I'm so glad. Like this, like I just got home. I've been at my daughter's the past couple days because of it. But like, look at him. He's going crazy over whatever he is hearing up there. Okay, I'm gonna take you up there and show you. There's nothing and nobody in there. So why is my dog freaking out? All of this stuff happening is freaking me out. Hold on. All right, so let me show you guys. So this is the stairs, right? Let me start the stairs. Okay, that is our spare room. That's our attic. This is my son's room that was happening in when he wasn't in there. But now that he's home, it's happening in the attic. I'm not gonna stop it, but I'm gonna show you guys. Watch. That's how we keep the attic closed. Scared. All right. I have the chills. I don't know if you can see, but I have the chills so bad. I hate coming up here. This is my attic. Okay. Over there, that is my bedroom. That long heater thing, that's the heater that divides my bedroom and the dining room. That's where my dog is hearing something. And when he hears it, he's jumping up and going crazy. And it sounds like footprints, just like what was in my son's room the other day. It sounds like there's someone up here like walking around, because you can hear like, see on the board. And then my dog will hear it, and my dog will go crazy. As you can see, it just happened, and my dog was just going crazy. I'm closing that. I do not like being in here ever since this has been happening. So, as I said, and then that's the spare room. The other day, that door opened, and this door is not easy to open. Like, it has a lock and everything. And the only thing in here is our dragon's tank and a bed. The paint is messed up, I know. My niece lived in here. She started repainting it, and then they moved out, and now that's what it looks like. But, so that's all that's up here. And all these doors are always closed. I told my son, I showed him the video of what was going on in his room the other night, and he even said that his door sometimes would just open out of nowhere, and he was wondering why. And he has been hearing things too, which I never knew because he never said anything to me until recently. So we're all hearing this at the house. I need to cleanse this house up because I cannot be here much longer with this. Neither can my kids. Like, we're getting so scared of being here.
Now it's one thing to hear things, it's another thing when your kids start hearing the same voice calling them from different corners of the house. It got worse when her son showed her marks on his back with no idea how those marks got there. She also continued dealing with doors closing upstairs when no one's up there and an overwhelming feeling of being watched. Even when she's alone, at this point, Emma didn't feel safe anymore. Not for her, not for her kids, not even for her dog. She reached out to their family priest, and thankfully, she now has a date set for a full spiritual cleansing. Based on the voice mimicry, the door movement, the scary marks, and the dog's constant reaction to a specific spot in the house, I strongly suspect this is more than just a spirit, it's a demon. In the following video, a woman who goes by the nickname Bulldog Mum is in her kitchen, casually watching a Mr. Balance story on her phone when she hears her daughter shouting in the living room. Watch. What's disturbing about this is that the noise only happens when she's home alone, and never when friends or family are around. When she posted the clip online, viewers jumped in with theories. Some suggested it might be a spirit trying to communicate. Others urged her to dig into the house's history, just in case something traumatic ever occurred there that left an imprint. But here's the creepy part. There's no pattern and no timing, just these random bursts of noise. She has reached out to a medium in hopes of getting some answers about if there's a spirit present and what exactly it wants. Until then, she's keeping her phone close, in case the noises return. This next clip was recorded around 3 a.m. when Kurhaz's young daughter suddenly wakes up, and what follows is hard to explain. Have a look.
It ain't nothing, baby. It's a dirty hand.
No!
See?
cover, look. It's the cover.
You gonna mommy?
No, no, no.
It's daddy's hand. It's my hand.
The little girl looks terrified, and she's staring at something no one else can see. She says she feels something touching her, but there's no one there. According to Kurhaz, this has been happening for weeks now. Every time around 3 a.m., her daughter wakes up terrified, unable to speak clearly, shaking and clutching her arms like she's being grabbed, and it doesn't end quickly. On this particular night, it lasted until 9:45 a.m., and she wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink, wouldn't sleep, and neither could her parents. Kurhaz writes, "As a mom, it's so hard to hold it together when something like this happens. They've taken her to several doctors, but every medical test comes back normal with no physical symptoms or psychological diagnosis. But here's where it gets even more unsettling. A neighbor mentioned something that made all this make sense. Apparently, the land their home was built on used to house an old orphanage that burned down over a century ago. Several children were trapped inside and never made it out. And now, every night at 3 a.m., her daughter seems to respond to something only she can see. It's as though a presence is reaching out to her, another child perhaps, who didn't want to be alone. Kurhaz contacted their family priest, and they performed a spiritual bath and house cleansing. Since then, things have been quiet. Just like the last clip, in this next video, Chandler is folding clothes when she hears her daughter, Nellie, yelling from the living room and arguing with someone. Thinking her little girl was just playing pretend again, she goes to check, only to find this. Nellie is yelling at someone or something, insisting it isn't their turn on the swing. But here's the disturbing part. They were completely alone in the house, and what started as a harmless outburst quickly spiraled. Nellie broke down crying uncontrollably, that Chandler had to drop her phone and rush to comfort her, but it took hours before the little girl could calm down. Even then, she kept pointing at different corners of the room, screaming, "No!" at something no one else could see. After finally falling asleep, Chandler reviewed the footage and shared it online. That's when viewers noticed something unsettling. Nellie didn't just fall. It looked like she was pushed. Chandler still doesn't know what her daughter saw that day, but Nellie hasn't played in that room since. Whatever she was pointing at, it made her cry like she was being warned, or worse, threatened. And if she really was pushed, it raises a darker possibility. Maybe it wasn't just a tantrum, and maybe something wanted her off that swing. But like other videos, I'll let you decide.